Hey, men at Bridgeway. This is Gary here, your Director of InReach and the coordinator for our this year's men's retreat. And I wanted to give you a little report on some of the cool stuff that God did while we were away. Our ministry theme for the men's retreat was sold out. And not only was that the theme, but we were sold out. Close to 90 guys at the lodges in Gettysburg. Um, we ran out of beds, and some guys even got local hotels and then just shot over to enjoy meals and sessions with us. So it was really, really good. Um, I think when we went 2 years ago, we were in the mid 50s. So to see 30 plus additional guys come, and more than half of those guys, it was their first time at a men's retreat at Bridgeway. So we're very grateful for that. God did some really neat things. We showed up on Friday and had a meal together, and then in our first session, Kevin Thornton and the Band of Brothers led worship. And boy, when 90 men sing "You're a Good, Good Father" together, many men, as you know, have daddy wounds. And when we sing about a good, good father and the healing and the redemptive value of having a perfect father, it's really a powerful thing. After worship, Pastor Eli Hernandez from Charm City Church, he spoke at Bridgeway last July. And we have a relationship there with Charm City Church down by Patterson Park in Baltimore. He brought the word after his worship leader, Juan, did a spoken word piece. A powerful message on being a voluntary slave of God, a doulos, a bond servant, someone who, because of his love for the master, is a voluntary slave. So that was Friday evening. As we got up on Saturday and had breakfast together, and the food was just great. Cody Mitchner and Caleb Hairston helping Cody hooked up some great food for us, 5 meals that we had together, and that was really, really special to fellowship with the men and to eat together. Then on the Saturday morning session, again worship, and then Marcus Jackson shared his God story about what his life was like before Christ, and then the powerful impact of his upbringing, and then meeting Christ, and then his life since Christ. And Marcus, part of a lay minister, part of the Points of Light ministry, has really done some cool things for the Lord in men's ministry, meeting with men, launching life groups. And so we are grateful for Marcus to share his God story. Then I shared a message on James chapter 1 about trials and temptations. And in the midst of a trial, just letting God finish his work. He's trying to perfect us in the midst of trials. So he has us in a fire. Much like gold is refined by fire, our faith is refined in the midst of trials, and we have to persevere. And that fits so perfect when we got to Sunday, and we sang as a church Sunday, "Waiting Here for You." So many of the men are just waiting on God in the midst of a trial for God to show up. And so when Pastor D.A., as we're watching the service on BCC TV, as Pastor D.A. Interrupted that song and asked people to come forward at our retreat, to see many, many men come forward, to see tears just wetting the floor up front as men were falling on their knees, just begging God and entrusting their stuff to God and waiting there for God to show up in a powerful way, and to see other men surround these men and pray for them. It was probably the most special time that I've seen at a Bridgeway men's retreat. Really a powerful thing. But I don't want to jump past what happened the rest of the day Saturday. Many went to the Gettysburg Museum and experienced in a multicultural context what it meant about the Civil War and the history of that, and then what happened after the Emancipation Proclamation through to the Civil Rights Movement. So that became a powerful opportunity for men to process with one another as well. We enjoyed free time and conversation throughout Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day. Some people went out and walked. The grounds were wet there, so we weren't able to do our bonfire on Saturday night, but we had a powerful session on Saturday. We had extended worship time with the Band of Brothers again. And then Jason Scott, one of our newest staff members here at Bridgeway, who works with our students in outreach, Jason shared his God story. And God's really, in an accelerated process, done some really cool things in Jason's life. So it was exciting to hear that. And then Elder Kevin Thornton came up and shared the word about how God calls us as men to be in our homes, like Jesus was, a prophet, a priest, and a king. And he unpacked what it meant to have a prophetic voice in your home, what it meant to be a priest and take your family before the Lord, and what it meant to be that benevolent dictator, which is that picture of the perfect king. So that was a powerful time as well. And between all of these activities, we watched some March Madness. We had some great conversation. Some good bonds were made between the men. And again, that highlight was Sunday when we watched the service on the big screen together. We worshiped together and seeing God break down some barriers in men's lives and just do a deep work in many of the men. So I was so grateful to connect with so many of the men that I had never really connected at a significant level before. Really enjoyed our time together. And I wanted to give you a report on how God showed up. Thanks for praying for us. And I trust we've got about 90 changed men coming back here to Bridgeway. God bless.